Artie Trump. Do you want the best songwriter in the Caribbean? He can look at you for 15 minutes and write a song about you, anything you want. So I miss Dave that much. I wish his family well, and the guys in the band, Jeff and I, Richard, are good friends, and we just continue. We're here to celebrate Dave's anniversary.
Hello, my name is David Anthony Hodgins. David Anthony Martins was my uncle, my mother's brother. Uncle Dave's early songwriting took place in Canada, and the folk music scene was blossoming at that time, so he applied himself to that genre and wrote some beautiful and powerful folk songs about Canada and Canadian history. And that's an aspect of his career I think that's not well known, but I think some of his best works were actually written at that time. Some beautiful songs. Yeah, one of those songs was The Blue Nose, about Canada's famous schooner racing ship. He sang the praises of that song in a way that really captured the soul and the beauty of the ship. And he sang a song about a tragic incident in British Columbia where a bridge collapsed during construction, a song called Steel Men that was recorded by another musician. But of course, it was Uncle Dave's craftsmanship that made the song great. His music, his stories through his music were always present and around us. And my mother and my aunties were always telling stories of Guyana that included Uncle Dave. So yeah, he was a big part of my life. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Richard Terry, Richard Anthony Terry actually. I joined the Trade Winds in 1985, I think it was, at the invitation of a former member, Harry Cupid. He invited me, and I've been playing music with the Trade Winds ever since. Traveled all over not necessarily the world, but all over the United States and Caribbean, the Trade Winds. Dave is, I don't know, it's difficult to find words to express the sort of impact he had on a lot of people, especially through his music. You know, he's full of wit. He was always giving you advice. He was always explaining things and telling you stuff. And the discipline he had for the music was very, very strong. He was adamant that you be on time. He was, you know, always willing to accept whatever information or whatever ideas you had in terms of the music. And he was just generally one of the best musicians I've ever played with. His music and his memory will be living on for quite a while. There's young kids now that I've heard playing some of his songs, you know, and I think it's going to go on forever. And you look back at this man as a genius, and eventually it will all come together. Some of his lyrics were just outstanding. Some of his wit and stuff in songs is just amazing. He's going to be greatly missed by me and almost everyone else.
My name is Janine Martins, and I am Dave Martins' youngest daughter. My dad was always teaching us. He would cut down a mango tree that died and turn it into a statue and bookends, because nothing could go to waste. Everything had a purpose. When we'd come home in the afternoon in his jack shirt with pockets down the front, sometimes there would be a stick of gum, a bag of Doritos, something small, because that's how he shared his love, in small, simple ways. But there were always a bit of magic in them. When my brother and I were really little, the seats in the fold down the minivan and hold on our bellies and hold on our bellies. The car.
Janine is with us, so perhaps Janine will continue her tribute in person. Let's give a round of applause for the persons who have shared beautifully on Dave. Honorable Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport, Charles Ramson, members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Annette, Dave's beloved wife, Dave's children, Tony, Luana, and Janine. Anika and Brian are unable to be with us this evening. They're not here physically. I'm sure they are tuned in. And other relatives, Dave's nephew, David, we heard from him earlier. We'll hear him perform a little later. His niece, Allison, and other cherished friends, Chris Finance, Dr. Steve Surajbali, Nisa and Dennis and Donna and other friends and contemporaries both here at the Arthur Chung Conference Center and those who are watching across the globe. Members of the legendary Trade Winds Band, Jeff, Harry, Richard. Missing this evening is Clive, who is not so well and unable to travel anymore. Artists, students, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. And of course, those who are online and on air. Welcome to Dave Martin's Is We Own the Journey. It's been just over 2 months since our national treasure and Guyanese cultural, musical, and literary icon, the legendary Dave Martins, passed at the age of 90. But he is with us. Dave's ashes are in that beautiful Demerara oak urn adorned with yellow flowers, Dave's favorite color. This national tribute to the man, the myth, the legend is fitting then for the iconic person who became part of all of us through his music, his writings, his friendship, or a combination of all of those. Guyana is better because Dave lived and contributed in ways that we and the generations to come will always be able to benefit from his legacy, the music that he bequeathed us. And that is what we will enjoy this evening. Music that reinforces our patriotism, music that makes us laugh at ourselves, but also music that encourages us to stand tall and to be proud of our Guyanese and our Caribbean culture and our heritage. This evening, Dave Martin's Is We Own the Journey will unfold in 4 segments, defining periods in Dave's career. Earlier, we watched a beautiful photo showcase and we listened to some of his songs. So we will begin now, ladies and gentlemen, by inviting the Trade Winds, Jeff Japal on the keyboard, Richard Terry on bass, and Harry Cupid percussion. They will be joined by locals Jeremiah Alexander on the drums and Randall Glasgow on the guitar. We will enjoy Honeymooning Couple, Boyhood Days, and then we will have Dave's nephew, who is named after him, David Anthony Hodgins with Blue Nose, and then Dave's son, Tony, will perform a little while from now, Beneath Your Sky, and Come Dance With Me, backed by the Trade Winds. A round of applause as we welcome the legendary Trade Winds Band this evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say welcome to this event this evening right here, honoring the man, Mr. Dave Martin's Is We Own Journey. Tonight we honor the man, the myth, the legend right here. This is the Trade Winds. On keyboards, we got Jeff Chappell. On bass, we have Richard Terry. Mr. Harry Cupid on conga drums. We have Jeremiah playing drums right here, and Rohan right here on the guitar. We're going to do a song right here called Taking You Back. This is Honeymooning Couple. Before that, we're going to do something called Rooster, and we're going to take you right into Honeymooning Couple. I want to also say right here tonight, I want to honor Mrs. Annette Martins, and I want to thank her for having us here tonight as well, and her hospitality, as well as her entire family. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he was a man with 16 chicken and all it was to live. So he went and bought a big red rooster. When the chicken see the rooster, he suddenly got mad. If you see him chasing him round and round the yard, man, if you see the rooster running, 16 sexy chicken chasing him round and round the corner. If you see the rooster running, 16 sexy chicken chasing him, they're falling for murder. Run, 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 Mr. Rooster, Kokioko. Run, 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 Mr. Rooster, Kokioko. Run, 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 Mr. Rooster, Kokioko. Run, 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 Mr. Rooster, Kokioko. And the rooster galloping, he moving very fast. 16 chicken really have him going. Finally they corner him and refuse to let him pass. He stand up. If you hear him blowing, man, if you see the rooster running, 16 sexy chicken chasing him round and round the corner. If you see the rooster running, 16 of them, imagine that, they're falling for murder. Run, 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 Mr. Rooster, Kokioko. Run, 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 Mr. Rooster, Kokioko. Run, 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 Mr. Rooster, Kokioko. Run, 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 Mr. Rooster, Kokioko. Yes. Yeah, man. Whoa. A honeymooning couple was in a bedroom, packing up to go away in the middle of June, when all of a sudden big argument break out. Listen to the bridegroom, listen when he shout. Man, he tell him, she, you get on top, that's the way it must go. I am your husband, you know. Man, he tell him, she, you get on top, don't make noise, shut your mouth. That's the only way it will work out. Better get on top, ting-a-ling-a-ling. 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 Now if you hear commotion behind the door, somebody fall down, book on the floor. And somebody shout out, hey, squeezing my hand. And this time the lady, she telling me, man. And she telling me, you get on top, that's the way it must go. I am your wife, now you know. And it's 50-50, so you get on top. Don't make noise, shut your mouth. That's the only way it will work out. Better get on top, ting-a-ling-a-ling. Better get on top, ting-a-ling-a-ling. Better get on top, ting-a-ling-a-ling. better get on top. Ting-a-ling-a-ling. Now I ain't no who's man, ask anybody, but two of them on top, this I've got to see. So down by the keyhole, man I put me eye, and what I saw made me laugh till I cry. It was a man and his wife, and the two of them on top. If you see them in this funny pose, well, the two of them, they're sitting down on top of a suitcase. It's a suitcase they're trying to close. Both are we on top, ting-a-ling-a-ling. Both are we on top, ting-a-ling-a-ling. Both are we on top, ting-a-ling-a-ling. Both are we on top, close the blasted thing. Yes, thank you. Thank you, gracias. Thank you, folks. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right. Taking you back a little further right here. Remember your boyhood days. Remember your wayward ways. Come, let me go down memory lane. Check out them days again. Remember learning how to ride a bike and learning how to cuss. Drinking coconut water in the country till your belly nearly bust. And the first time you wear long pants and feel like a man. Remember when Ramadan and Valentine beat England. Hiding in the backyard smoking a cigarette. And when they give you castor oil, you're living in the toilet. I remember still, and I always will. Time cannot erase boyhood days. Remember black pudding by the corner every Saturday. Jolly Coke at Christmas, ice cream on Sunday. Remember peeping at two lovers in the grass. Remember trying hard not to sleep through the midnight mass. And the first time you get a trigger in your big toe. And the first time you ask a girl and she tell you no. I remember still, and I always will. Time cannot erase boyhood days. Remember how you used to lie about how much woman you kiss. Spring jump on your bicycle saddle and you miss. Coming home late and sneaking in the back door. Remember Frankie Warren Age catching liquor for 4. Remember the first time you tried to swim and you sink. And when you fall down they give you sugar water to drink. Oh yes, I remember still, and I always will. Time cannot erase boyhood days. Remember how you used to be afraid of teachers in school. And the big boys used to tap your head like a fool. Remember the Phantom, Fu Manchu and Superman. Remember Flash Gordon in the Shadow and Charlie Chan. Remember the first time you kiss a girl on she mouth. Remember how it feels if your back or your head fall out. Oh yes, I remember still, and I always will. Time cannot erase boyhood days. I I remember still, and I always will. Time cannot erase boyhood days. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Have I got guitar? So, my name is David Hodgins. David Martins was my uncle. I'm from Canada, and I want to thank, first of all, Annette, our June Martins, and the government of Guyana for having me here this evening to attend this wonderful event. It's a real it's an honor to be here. So, as you heard in the clip earlier, I'm going to be performing one of Uncle David's early Canadian works. I'm going to be performing a song called "The Blue Nose" that I spoke about, and yeah, those works, although not well known, were really some of among Uncle Dave's finest works, I think. So here we go. In the town of Lunenburg, down Nova Scotia way, in 1921, on a windy day, a sailing ship was born. The Blue Nose was her name. You'll never see her kind again. Blue Nose, the ocean knows her name. Sailors know how proud a ship was she. Blue Nose leaning in the wind, racing every wave on the sea. Her hull was long and black, and her sails were snowy white. She looked just like a young bird in flight. And from the very first, the Blue Nose loved to run. She loved the smell of sea and sun. Blue Nose, the ocean knows her name. Sailors know how proud a ship was she. Blue Nose leaning in the wind, racing every wave on the sea. For 25 long years, she ruled the northern sea, floating like a queen in the tide. Then in the Caribbean, one dark and windy day, she ran upon a reef and died. Blue ocean knows her name. Sailors know how proud a ship was she. Blue nose leaning in the wind, racing every wave on the sea. Now just the other day, down Nova Scotia way, in Lunenburg they christened a ship, just like the old Blue Nose, down to her very name. Now the Blue Nose lives and sails again. Blue Nose, the ocean knows her name. Sailors know how proud a ship was she. Blue Nose leaning in the wind, racing every wave on the sea. Racing every wave on the sea. Racing every wave on the sea. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, good evening, everybody. It's an honor for me to be here. Thank you to everybody who helped make that happen. Me following David Hodgins is a little bit like our family sing-alongs back in Toronto, where we would maybe trade guitars and sing-alongs held at the home of Cousin Alison, who is sitting right there in the front row. My father was a romantic, and it was right there in all of his music. So I'm going to be playing 3 songs for you tonight, all of a romantic nature. Although the third one is a dance tune, I'm hoping people will get up and dance. We'll see how that goes. The first song is called A Little While From Now, and it was a family favorite around our sing-alongs. And it's an interesting song because my father was also a bridger of cultures. And it's a song is a little bit about that. I think to me the song is about him introducing a new love to his first love, the West Indies. So it goes something like this. When I fall in love with you, I'll take you to the sun. I'll introduce you to my friends. They'll know that you're the one. There'll be no need to tell you. Love always understands. You keep reading the way I speak. You'll feel it in my hand, and you won't have to wonder. You'll realize somehow when I fall in love with you. A little while from now. I'll take you to the carnival, the dancing in the streets. I'll take you down the sandy shores with waves to kiss your feet. We'll stand outside at evening, watch the white caps form, and when the rain is coming down, I'll keep your body warm, and you won't have to wonder. You'll realize somehow when I fall in love with you. A little while from now. No, you won't have to wonder. You'll realize somehow when I fall in love with you. A little while from now. Thank you. And now joining me on the stage are members of the Trade Winds for this next tune. This is a very big honor for me to be on stage with these guys. These guys are legends. This next tune was recorded by the Trade Winds when I was 1 year old in the year 1967, and it's a favorite of a lot of people. Maybe not the most popular song, but it's a favorite of my sister Luana, who's sitting right there. I'm going to call all of you out at one point. Are you ready? Okay. But I'm really hoping to get some audience engagement with the song. At the very end, we're going to sing the last line of the chorus 3 times. I'll come back and walk again beneath your sky. I'm hoping you guys can sing that with me at the end, and I will prompt you. Beneath your skies. That's a promise to return to Guyana, a promise that my dad kept. And it's a love story about all the beauty of the place. This is a land with a raging river and a bluebird in the sky, and a lonely house beside a lonely shore. And this is a land with 1,000 sunsets and 1,000 ways to cry, and a sunbeam shining on a wooden door. And one day when I'm weary and the world is far from me, I'll come back and walk again beneath your sky. This is a land with 1,000 rainbows on the evening tide, and the sunrise sailing on the wooden door. And this is a land with a mighty waterfall against the sky, and a mother singing softly as she sweeps. And one day when I'm weary and the world is far from me, I'll come back and walk again beneath your sky. This is a land with a lazy rainbow on a mountainside, like a sleeping woman in the morn. And this is a land with the seagull calling on the evening tide, and a mountain standing misty in the dawn. And one day when I'm weary and the world is far from me, I'll come back and walk again beneath your sky. I'll come back and walk again beneath your sky. Okay, everybody, sing it this time. I'll come back. Good job. I need to wet my whistle for this one. And whoever wants to dance better get ready, because it's a dance tune, a very important part of the Tradewinds experience. We shouldn't be sitting down for too long, right? So, everybody get up to dance if you want to, because even if it's just for old time's sake, the song is called Come Dance With Me. Well, hello again. Here we go again, you and I. How the time has flown. You're still on your own, and so am I. I did not expect to see you here, and I'm not playing a game, but I must admit I'm really glad you came. So come dance with me for old time's sake. Come dance with me for old time's sake. Come dance with me for old time's sake. Come dance with me for old time's sake.
bumba, 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 meow, meow, meow. Bumba, 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 bumba. And it's so nice to see we can meet again and still smile. No, don't go as yet. Have a cigarette and stay a while. Seeing you again makes me realize the feelings are still there, and we have a lot of memories to share. So come dance with me. For time's sake, come dance with me. For time's sake, come dance with me. For time's sake, come dance with me. For time's sake. Come dance with me. For old time's sake, come dance with me. For old time's sake, come dance with me. For old time's sake, come dance with me. For old time's sake. Bumba, 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 meow, meow, meow. Bumba, 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 bumba. The trade winds, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for them. Thank you very much. That's it for me. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Tony. Very well, Tony. Mr. Tony.
Thank you very much, Tony. This is Dave's son, and of course the voice is remarkable, just like his dad. And of course the dancing ladies, lots of gifts in the house as we continue with the national tribute to honor Dave Martins, the myth, the legend, the icon. And earlier we heard the Trade Winds Band. They are gearing up to come back again, and the lead singer's tone and stresses, don't you agree it sounds just like Dave's? He is Perry Smith from the Cayman Islands, and he will come back again in a bit as we continue to celebrate one of the greatest musical creators of the region, Dave Martins. So we just had the Toronto years. We're now going to journey into the Caribbean touring years, and Dave was a storyteller, and he was inspired by the beautiful, beautiful cultures of the Caribbean and the various islands. And so we get ready now to hear songs like West Indian Alphabet, Cricket in the Jungle, and more. Please join me in welcoming Carlvin Burnett, Crystal Williams from Batavia Village, and the band once again as we journey through the Caribbean years and continue with the celebration of Dave's life and hopefully offer comfort to you, Annette, his children, and loved ones here and further afield.
All right.
Two little children ask me in one of them small islands, why don't somebody bring out an alphabet just for West Indians? At first I thought it was funny, but later on I could see it's time we have we own version of this thing they call ABC. So I tell them A is for aloes, B is for bubbly, C konomono, and dongs begin with a D. E is for and F means find your pass. G is for guava, and H is for haul your tail. We going. I is for Irene, and joke begins with a J. K is for Kanai, and L is for Lucky Day. M is for Moby, it also stands for mango. N is for na, it means definitely no. O is for oi man. I hope you all know it right now, because that is the ABC. Let we go. We know we ABC, right? We sure? All right. S is for sobers, and Sapatilla also. T is for tetiting, and who comes after YO? V is for vex like hell, and W, warning. X like you Xing, and Y is a V with a thing. Z is for Zamako, and that we come to the end. Now this is an alphabet for all West Indian children. Aha! Hey! Now if you know your ABC, you gotta help me say it out one time. We can do from A to Z. We ready? Keep it going, keep it going. Let me go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before I go, there was this teenager from Barbados that always thought that he could have outsmarted every single body. His name was Calvin Burnett. That's me. And I shared this story with Uncle Dave a little while ago. So I was in this English class, and I had this huge problem because I never like doing my homework. So the homework back up on me a bit, you know? And we're doing English literature. So my English B teacher came to me, she said, Calvin, we have to write 4 short stories, and the last one, you have to make sure that the rhyming scheme stays right throughout the entire story. I said, Miss, there's a breeze, don't even worry yourself, I got you covered. Gone home, nothing incoming. Well, you see, in Barbados now, you just got to plug in your cassette. You know about cassette? You got to push in your, and you got to spin it with your pencil in order to get it from the start. Y'all remember that, right? All right. So I put in this cassette, and the cassette start. Guess what is the first song on the cassette? If I ever born again, tell you flat. I come in as a dog, don't argue with that. Dogs in this world have the sweetest life. No obligation, half dozen wife. You don't have to maintain a family and walk like a dog to save your money. If you bite a man, your boss gone to court, and you ever see a dog paying puppy support? So if I get a chance, let me tell you, please, I don't want to come as no man again, not me. No, 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 no. I want to be a well. That was my short story. I got full marks. The English teacher complimented me for the entire year, and I was the star for the English class. Thank you so much. Enjoy the night.
I like that. Lexus, yeah, young lady. Look in the jungle. Yeah. No, that's on there.
Good night, everyone. That was a lovely story, isn't it? Okay, so my name is Crystal Williams. I am from a beautiful community by the name of Batavia, which is found in Region 7. Before I start, I want to share a little story as well about how I would have learned about Mr. Dave Martins. So, as a little girl growing up, my dad would usually play his songs with his guitar, specifically Cricket in the Jungle. And as a little girl, my mind went wild when I heard the song. I imagined donkey hitting the ball and elephant bowling it. I imagined the frogs at the back of the stump. I believed for a long period of time that Mr. Dave Martin probably went in the bush, in the jungle, and he saw this cricket. That was my thought at the time. However, as I grow older, I realized that wasn't the truth. So yes, fast forward to now, I never imagined in my 24 years of existence that I would be here performing that same song, Cricket in the Jungle, with the remaining legends of Trade Wind Band. I want to thank my father because he's the one who would have introduced me to Dave Martin's songs, and I love all of them. Okay. There was a time where he bought a CD with all of Dave Martin's music on it, and I waited till everybody went out, and I took the CD and I put it into the DVD, and with patience, I sit down and I listen to the song and I wrote down all of the lyrics that I thought. And I would sing it confidently wrong. And my father would usually say, it's not Kalichural, Crystal, it's Kalichuran. Even to the other day when I performed it, I even said the word Kalichural. But he said, on your next performance, you're going to say the correct thing. So I came here with Kalichuran in my head, and I hope to say it tonight. Yeah. So I want to thank my father for that. I have a 3-year-old son now, and my intention is to introduce the music to him as well, so that he can be able to know about the legend that we all know as Dave Martin. That when he grows old, that he can be able to stand here as I am and say, my mother passed it down to me. So yes, so before I tear up, play the music. All right.
Good boy.
Well, I hear a story from Kangonsby, cricket game in the jungle. Sunday morning right after church, big crowd assembled. Donkey send me fast, I batting, I love me cricket. Crappo sit down behind the stump, is he alright? I keep it wicked. Giraffe and kangaroo at fine leg, snake down in the gully. The umpire parrot in the tree, is he alright fellas? Are you ready? Then the ones in the crowd start to say very loud, if you hear them, hit the ball, donkey hit the ball. Hover, drive him and make him ball. Hook him and like a leader, I put him straight in the sand. Elephant turn and pick up the ball. He say, I opening the bowling. Monkey say, boy, the size of you. If you say you're bowling, you're bowling. Well, elephant walk about half mile, then he started running. He coming down like an express train, the whole blasted jungle shaking. He see elephant coming down, oh donkey start to shiver. Red ants hit him a couple bites. He say, man, pat together. Then the ones in the crowd start to say very loud, if you hit him, hit the ball, donkey hit the ball. Cover, drive him and break him ball. Hook him on like Vivian Richards, I put him straight up the yard. Elephant coming down like a horse, jump up high and deliver. The ball come down like a thunderbolt and bust the battle splitter. Leg with donkey, leg with crappo, leg with snake in the gully. Leg down giraffe and kangaroo, I'm going whistling down to the boundary. My red ants lie down flat on the ground. It's the lad, the elephant crazy. Courtney Walsh, or the man from Guyana, Moti. And the ones in the crowd start to say, very loud if you're hitting, hit the ball, don't hit the ball. Cover drive him and make him ball. Hook the man like Brian Lara, and put him out the pasture. Scatteration out on the field, every man Jack was hiding. Crapo lie down like if he dead, giraffe and kangaroo limping. But Mr. Parrot, the umpire, he say, on your house and strain. Elephant, that was a no ball. Donkey to bat again. Well, donkey turn around and watch Parrot. He say, Parrot, shut your mouth. You're behind safe up inside the tree. No bomb me tail, I out. Then he turned to the crowd and he said, very loud, let me tell you, all you're talking about hit the man, but all your backside inside the stand. Send some other jackass to bat. This jackass finish with that.
All right. Yes, man.
Nice.
Mr. Moderator. Perry Smith.
Yes. Oh yeah. Taking you back one and further, something called Heroes. Every country it seems, without exception, they have memorials and statues to blow your mind. But the Caribbean man, I just don't understand. We don't have anything of that kind. We have a lot of history and plenty famous names, but like we don't want to talk about it. West Indians know about Daniel Boone and Jesse James. It's time we start blowing our own trumpet. So man, I'm asking you, where are your heroes, Caribbean? I don't see many statues on your streets, and you have no replicas of famous figures, men like Walcott and Kitchie. Where are your heroes, Caribbean? Show them to me. Oh yeah. In the foreign countries, it's abundantly clear. You will see mementos from the past. They have postcards and plaques. They have statues everywhere, whether Leningrad, Rome or Belfast. Mickey Mantle's name is enshrined in Yankee Stadium, 'cause he was really good with a baseball bat. An Olympic gold medal Hazley Crawford won. Most of we already don't forget that. So man, I'm asking you, where are your heroes, Caribbean. I don't see many statues on your streets, and you have no replicas of famous figures, men like Warrell and Vivi. Where are your heroes, Caribbean? Show them to me. Guyana should be proud of a fella named Lance. They know his name in Australia and England. And every Barbadian should be given the chance to know Garfield Sobers was number one. And every Trinidadian should know a Constantine, Roger Gibbon and Sonny Ramadin. And the whole Caribbean should remember Valentine, the cricketer who helped West Indies to win. So man, I'm asking you, where are your heroes, Caribbean? I don't see many statues on your streets, and there are no replicas of famous figures, men like Walcott and Birdie. Where are your heroes, Caribbean? Show them to me. And if you go to Moscow, then one day you'll learn there's a building where all their heroes remain. And don't talk about London, every step, every turn, there's a page of English history written. Lincoln died a long time ago in history, but he is known and revered by every Yankee. The great Eric Williams just died the other day. Look, we don't forget the man already. So man, I'm asking you, where are your heroes, Caribbean? I don't see any statues on your streets, and there are no replicas of famous figures, men like Walshap and Verdi. Where are your heroes, Caribbean? Show them to me. Yeah. Where are your heroes, Caribbean? Show them to me. Woo! All right.
Hey.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We're going to do another song right here.
Thank you, Mr. Dave Martin.
Thank you.
Perry, I'm sorry. Sorry to call it Dave. Boy, it sounds just like Dave. No kidding. Just like Dave Martin. His blessings upon you.
West Indian people pretentious, I don't know what is wrong with we, but we like to believe we are Englishmen, Canadians or Yankee. You take a Trinidadian straight from Coco, fly him to New York City, and by the time he clear immigration, the man already talking Yankee. His suitcase full of pigeon peas, but he talk like he born in Los Angeles. Freezing in the cold, but he buy an umbrella and digging soul. So you see now boy Rome wasn't built in a day, I'm sure you will agree. But if you put a West Indian in New York City, overnight he become Yankee. A Yankee will live 10 years in Antigua, he's still talking rank Yankee. But a Guyanese live 2 weeks in Detroit, hear him, what's happening baby? An Englishman will come in your country with a cocked hat and a cane, and 6 years after he's still saying brother, going home on the plane. And here he West Indian chap, oh George, do come and sit again old chap. And the fool only drinking tea, like him mother make him in Piccadilly. So you see now boy Rome wasn't built in a day, I'm sure you'll understand. But if you put a West Indian in Ontario, overnight he's a Canadian. In Ottawa I met a fella, a very well-dressed young man. He said, you know, I'm from Jamaica, but I spent a fortnight in London. Well, if we end up talking like Englishmen when we live in England, how come them Englishmen in the West Indies, they don't say God blind and brother man? But 2 weeks in Leicestershire, on Henry Vincentian, oh that's super, super. And this clown in Westminster, I want 2 weeks live here from St. Lucia. So you'll see now boy Rome wasn't built in a day, I'm sure you'll understand. But if you put a West Indian in Nottinghamshire, overnight he's an Englishman. Please don't get the impression I have something against the Englishman. And I don't have no chip on my shoulder concerning Americans. But it's just that the Yankees don't say God blind skipper or think about this also. You will never hear an Englishman declaring, but I go hook up me Vinny so. Therefore I cannot see why instead of today I must say to die. Man don't give me no damn muffin, I grow up on cassava and green plantain. So that even when they make a cause, I will be this way. See, I gonna walk into heaven and put down my roti and say, what happening there? Woo! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, thank you. All right, thank you. Let's take up the tempo a little bit right here. We want to take it a little further back to a song called Boy Bande from way back in the 1970s. Well, a friend of mine, a Vincent and shop in the countryside, in a little rum shop. And you know how them country people like to play. Well, they get a man a glass full of Boy Bande. By the time the poor chap reach back to Kingston, the middle finger is up and wouldn't go down. Boy Bande swell up the fella finger. Boy Bande trouble in Kingston. Boy Bande it looking like a cassava. Boy Bande it wouldn't go down. Yeah. Well, the fella wife almost faints away when she realized it was Boy Bande. But she tried some ice water and she tried some heat. but nothing doing. You think I like all greed. She doing everything, the woman trying she best, but the man finger like a umpire in a test. Wabande, swell up the fella finger. Wabande, trouble in Kingstown. Wabande, it like a Guyana cassava. Wabande, it wouldn't go down. Oh yeah. Well, they wrapped the chap in a blanket pile, took an ambulance to the hospital, but then the finger raised up the blanket like a tent. All the nurses watching this thing in amazement, and the doctor say, look, all you take this man home. We ain't discover yet how to soften bone. Wabande, swell up the fella finger. Wabande, trouble in Kingstown. Wabande, it like a Guyana cassava. Wabande, it wouldn't go down. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, a whole woman living close to she tell a fella wife, look, relax honey, I have a guarantee remedy for that. Just get yourself a ferocious pussycat. Hold him man down, don't mind how he fight, and get the pussy to give the finger a bite. And no more trouble with Wabande, swell up the fella finger. Wabande, trouble in Kingstown. Wabande, it looking like a cassava. Wabande, it wouldn't go down. Well, let me tell you about Wabande, swell up the fella finger. Wabande, trouble in Kingstown. Wabande, it like a Guyana cassava. Wabande, it wouldn't go down. Woo.
Perry
Yes,
Smith.
thank you.
Perry Smith.
Thank you, thank you. That's it, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Right.
Next song. Civilization.
Talk to people.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step back for the ride here one more time. A man and a bunch of animals was arguing by the zoo. The man tell them, I am civilized, look, I am superior to you. The donkey say, listen man, like it's something wrong with your brain. Sit down and pay attention while I explain. He say, man, you just call me jackass and say how I stupidity. But when I don't feel to walk, I ain't walking, no matter how you beat me. But a man will walk and walk and walk until he drop down with heart attack. So answer me fast, oh gosh, who's the lies and who's the jackass? And the wrong good say, you just tell me how my order offends your nose. But 2 days pass and a man in bed is smelling from head to toes. But if Ram God had perfume and soap and powder, Ram God would smell like a rose, and that ain't no joke. So who see the lies and who's the Ram God? Well, the man say, all you crazy, mankind way is the best. Look, I'm wearing me 3-piece suit, me fancy shoes and me vest. But animals do not have motor car, and they do not have TV. The monkey says, stupid man, look, listen to me. He said the animals born with the shirt and pants and the shoes and the socks as well. We don't want no big motor car, gasoline expensive like hell. You watching Oprah on TV, and your best friend Oprah your girl. So please answer me, who see the lies and who's the monkey? And the tomcat say you just tell me how I have no morality. But when I feeling romantic, it's one female cat and me. A man does have 42 woman, he looking for 43. So answer me that, oh gosh, who see the lies and who's the tomcat? Yeah. Well, the man getting really excited now. He's shouting out angrily. He say mankind have religions and morals and decency, but then the snake sitting in the treetop, he say mankind, boy, you're real dense. Look how long you living, you still have no common sense. Let me ask you, how come if man so noble, he always robbing another man? But animals live in the jungle for millions of years without one policeman. A man will visit his best friend and hustle his best friend wife. So you see a mistake. So tell me, who see the lies and who is the snake? And the donkey say, man, you foolish, you just go and insure your life. But when the maker decide to call you, boop, the money gone to your wife. You in the cemetery, she and the next man spending all your money. So answer me fast, who see the lies and who's the jackass? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody enjoying the music? Thank you so much. We have another few songs to do, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to up the tempo a little bit right here. Going back to the days of the Cayman Islands, one more time. Yeah, the pirates having a party, a kind of a masquerade in Grand Cayman. We're having a celebration, the plans are already made. We're set to fet. So run and tell your friends and family, put on some clothes and come and join the party. Man, this is a party with tempo, it's a party with bass. It's a big celebration all over the place, and the whole island pulsating, while the women dance and the children prance and the old people come out to see, and the whole island is one big, big party, 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 yes! Boom, bam, bam, be. Oh, yeah. The first thing Saturday morning, we coming in from the sea in wave after wave, and as we approach the harbor, we firing guns like these. We brave, real brave, but we only playing bad for. So you see, actually we loving everybody. Man, this is a party with tempo, it's a party with bass. It's a big celebration all over the place, and the whole island pulsating, while the women dance and the children prance and the old people come out to see, and the whole island is one big, big party, 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 yes! Oh gosh. And when we land on the island, we climb in the balcony to see His Excellency. We take him in his nice clothes and throwing him in the sea. Badash, big splash. And then for hanging around until the governor chase we back out of town. And this is a party with tempo, it's a party with bass, it's a big celebration all over the place, and the whole island pulsating while the women dance and the children prance and the whole people come out to see, and the whole island is one big, big party, party, party. Let me tell you, woo! Boom, bam, bam, bam. Oh gosh, tell me. We're dressing up in we costumes and parading in the streets around Georgetown. People smiling and waving, plenty to eat and drink, things nice, real nice. And then for 1 week we hanging around until the governor chase we back out of town. Man, this is a party with tempo, it's a party with bass, it's a big celebration all over the place, and the whole island pulsating while the women dance and the children prance and the whole people come out to see, and the whole island is one big, big party, party, party. We're painting up we face, shaking up we waist, party, party, party. We partying non-stop, party until we drop, party, party, party. Get your suitcase back, we going to Cayman Brack, party, party, party. Let me tell you clearly where we coming down West Bay, party, party, party. Woo. Yes, all right, thank you. All right, thank you folks, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. We're going to take it down here a notch. We're going to do a little song that was done in the Cayman Islands, something called In Cayman. And this is something from way back.
Yes, man.
Something nice and smooth, ladies and gentlemen. Final song right here for Trade Winds. In Chicago, Singapore or Cairo, if you go traveling you will find people keep yearning, people keep twisting, turning to see if I find some peace of mind. I've been to more places than I could name, and it seems to me they're all much the same. But if you ask me where I would like to go, if I had one moon left to see, I would say, let me see it in Cayman. Distant pastures always seems much greener. When you get close you realize you've only been looking at your own illusions, seeking confusion in your eyes. I've been to more places faces than I could name, and it seems to me they're all much the same. But if you ask me where I would like to stand, if I had one moon left to see, I would say, let me see it in Cayman. And if I had only one woman left to love, let me love her in Cayman. And if I had only one song left to sing, let me sing it in Cayman. And if I had only one beach left to walk, let me walk it in Cayman. And if I had only one song left to sing, let me sing it in Cayman. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for having us. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is Mr. Perry Smith, our lead singer. Thank you very much.
Thanks again, Perry, and the remaining members of the Trade Wind Bands, joined by 2 local members for tonight's event. We've moved into the Cayman years, and Dave made Cayman his home for more than 2 decades. And Dr. Henry Mutu described him as an artist of tremendous vision and deceptive simplicity, whose work reached both paupers and princesses. Can we invite Janine on stage, not to sing, but to complete her tribute to her dad, after which we will listen to more of Dave's rich musical genius as we continue with the Cayman years with OKC, Faith Karika, and welcoming for the first time tonight the Kunjaz band, Joshua, Jeremy, Daniel, James, and Jeremiah. And so as they set up for the next 2 songs, we will hear from Janine. Luana is here. Well, Tony was on stage earlier. Dave has 5 children. 3 are present tonight, and the other 2 are with us virtually.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Janine, but to Dad I was Jin. These are the 5 things that I know to be true about Dave Martins. He was a teacher. He taught me to know how deep the pear tree roots go, never to walk through the mango trees in the heat of the summer when they get low to the ground because the wasps would build nests in them, but I never paid attention, so I got stung. He would teach me how to build kites with my Uncle Henry, making glue from flour and water at Easter, flying it out where the trade winds would blow off of East End in Cayman. He taught me how to make lasagna. He taught me how to know the difference between ask and axe all the time. He was big on details. He used music to soothe and to inspire. So when I couldn't sleep at night from nightmares, he would bring the quattro into the bedroom and sing me a nursery rhyme that my grandma Zephyrina taught him about a fox that would catch me if I didn't go to sleep. And when hurricane came, he would board up the house with plywood so that it was one big cave and gather us in the living room and bring out the guitar and bring mattresses and sing to us so we would all stay calm. But he was a simple man. Most of my childhood, he wore jack shirts and black pants with the same black shoes, rebuying them over and over. And every time going away for vacation, he was like, I want the most simple white Nikes, not all that matcha. He didn't like things complicated. When he found something that worked, he kept with it. And he loved his family. He always made sure we went to Canada to see his sisters and all of our extended family Throughout primary school, Uncle Henry probably made me about 4 or 5 Guyana national dresses. I could tell you all of the exports and imports and the statistics about the country because I did so many projects on it. He loved us so much. I'd come home from the school in the afternoon and he would have treats in his jacket for us or just jokes. But above all, he was proud to be a West Indian. The house he built for us in Cayman, he shipped in all his green heart and made this Guyanese-style home that people reveled at. Everyone who came to our house. My friends thought I lived in a mansion. They thought this house was just like a palace, filled it with art, all of the Cayman greats, and then even had Guyanese artists that he filled the walls with. And I remember when I was in boarding school in Canada, and I was at the St. Lawrence market, there was a guy selling newspapers by the door. And so I turned to him and said, oh, well, you know, my dad is from Guyana. Do you know the trade winds? Me thinking, ain't nobody else know about them. And the guy gets up and says, oh my God, you the trade winds? I got a cassette in the car, man. He was loved and loved to be loved and loved to inspire and remind people from the West Indies that what we have is irreplaceable, priceless. And if we don't shepherd it, it will die. So his life lives on through the dance, the music, the song, and the pride. Pride to speak it, pride to repeat it, pride to endorse it, and pride to share it. And I'm so happy to be here. So happy that all of you are here. And I know he's somewhere around with his mother and his sisters, all the women that have always loved him. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Janine. And as she just shared, he was a proud West Indian, so it's timely that OKC will now come forward to do with West Indian Suitcase, and then Faith Karika, Hooper, and Chandra Paul.
Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. For those of you who may not know me, I'm OKC the artist. I'm the Calypso Monarch of Guyana. And tonight, it is a pleasure to give a tribute and to pay homage to one of our legends, one of our icons, the great Dave Martin. Let me hear a round of applause for Dave Martin right now. So I'll be doing a few verses of a song I used to hear a lot on VOG growing up. It's called West Indian Suitcase. We got any West Indians in here? All right. And as we know, other people, they bring goodies. Other people, they bring luggages. But when a West Indian traveling back, we just bring prags. Run it. It's a song I like bad. Listen me. Well, a customs officer friend of mine was telling me recently how to tell people's nationality. Look around many airports from Barbados to Belgium, and you can tell which country somebody from. If a woman wearing a sari, she from Pakistan or India. Or a man in a maple leaf sweater, you know he from Canada. But if you see a man with a suitcase the size of a Cadillac, you can be sure that's a West Indian going back. Banded the shovel with 10 pound of flour, 6 pints of split peas, toilet paper in the suitcase, English potatoes and a big slab of cheese, bicycle tire in the suitcase. True story, never lie. My brother recently flew in with 3 suitcases. Big. Listen me. the airlines in every country, they have their regulation just to control them West Indian. 70 pounds in a suitcase, they say that is the limit. But a West Indian, there's so much in the back pocket. And if you see them board in the airplane, anytime they're traveling south, man, their hands are full, they have to hold the tickets in their mouth. And they're struggling and they're puffing like a donkey pulling a train to get a box and a half case of Nescafe. Man, they travel with saltfish and onion, jello and margarine, toilet paper in the suitcase, parts for the tractor and a washing machine, coffee percolator. Is liar talking or is the truth? All who guilty? We do the chorus one more time. I say they travel with 10 pounds of flour, 6 pints of split peas, toilet paper in the suitcase, steamed fish and onion, a big slab of cheese, coffee percolator in the suitcase. My name is OKC, I love you.
Thank you very much. Faith Kurika and the backup singers Nikita Sobers and Joanne Corandon. Two defining characteristics of Dave, his loyalty to country and culture. And he remarkably used the cricket metaphor to talk about our reality and the need for national unity. The measure of anyone's worth is how they are received in their homeland. Like Martin Carter or Philip Moore or any of our other cultural icons, Dave is right there with them. In 2009, that longing to come back home again became a reality. Welcome to Return to Guyana. We start off with Sean Bowler and the Kunjaz Band, Guyana Coming Back.
Back in Guyana,
Brigadek, 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 brigadek.
Racing against Barbados, Trinidad and St. Lucia.
Brigadek, 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 brigadek.
St. Lucia in number 3.
Brigadek, 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 brigadek.
Guyana in the rear.
Brigadek, 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 brigadek.
But by the time they reach the first furlong, Guyana start to move, Guyana coming strong. The Buxtonians shout out, Arriba! Hey! Clear the way, Guyana coming back. Today, Guyana coming back. Hey, what up, wap, Guyana coming back. Look out, Jack, Guyana coming back. Couldn't get a bet before the race began.
Brigadek, 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 brigadek.
210 to 1, people just laughing.
Brigadek, 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 brigadek.
When GT start to move, then the job won't drop.
Brigadek, 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 brigadek.
Oh, they're getting heart attack.
Brigadek, 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 brigadek.
Rain come down, the Bajan say, oh shimes. But Guyana, accustomed to hard times, and we proved that we could bear each other. Hey, clear the way, Guyana coming back. Today, Guyana coming back. Hey, what up, wap, Guyana coming back. Look out, Jack, Guyana coming back. Commentator nearly dead from heart attack.
Brigadek, 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 brigadek.
The fella couldn't believe the eyes. Guyana back on track.
Brigadek, 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 brigadek.
Well, who could have believed Guyanese could run this course?
Brigadek, 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 brigadek.
What? It's like to get a new jockey or a different horse.
Brigadek, 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 brigadek.
So call your friends in the USA, England and Canada. Tell them right away, the word is out across the Caribbean. Hey, hey, clear the way, Guyana coming back. Today, Guyana coming back. What up, wap, Guyana coming back. Guyana coming back. One more time. Coming back. Look out, Jack, Guyana coming back. Hey.
Beautifully done. Sean Bowler and the Kunjas Band, Guyana coming back. And Dave lived to see Guyana peaking. Now we'll have a Guyana medley from the Kaichor Folk Singers.
Bamboo Dam and me spicy Tyra lay down there. Me ask Tyra what she gon' do there. Tyra high up she clothes and wine like a box of more. Tyra more man there.
Oh, Tyra more man there.
Tyra more man there.
Oh, Tyra more man there.
Tyra more man there.
Oh, Tyra more man there.
Tyra more man there.
Oh, Tyra more man there. Lily gal, will make your brazen soul. Lily gal, will make your brazen soul. I've been bunny down when I'm on the hand and that makes your brazen soul. She been bunny down when I'm on the hand and that makes your brazen soul.
Jump it, Gary. Left she mommy. For go marry. For one gold ring. Jump it, gold ring. Jump it.
Lily gal, will make your brazen soul. Lily gal, will make your brazen soul.
Girl, we not go back down.
Come let me go back down.
Jenny girl,
come let me go back down.
All them guys are say, Jenny girl, we not go back down.
Come let me go back down.
Jenny girl,
come let me go back down.
Long time, Jenny girl, we not go back down.
Come let me go back down.
Jenny girl,
come let me go back down.
Sanko leki love upon it, mani gala.
Allah murder.
Sanko leki love upon it, mani gala.
Allah murder.
Pet pot police come mani gala.
Allah murder.
Pet pot police come mani gala.
Allah murder.
Sanko boy, you better run. Sanko boy, policeman a come.
Sanko
boy, you better run. Sanko boy, policeman a come.
Sanko.
I said Sanko.
Let me go. Morning neighbor, morning neighbor, morning neighbor. I don't want you conniving. Morning neighbor, morning neighbor, morning neighbor. I don't want you conniving. When you've been a corrupt, you not been tell me. No, because your money done, you hustle for tell me. When you had your pocket full, you not been tell me. No, because your money done, you hustle for tell me. Morning neighbor, morning neighbor, morning neighbor. I don't want to connive.
Here auntie best, here auntie best,
here auntie best a holla.
Here auntie best, here auntie best,
here auntie best a holla.
Oh, the morning cockacrow.
Here auntie best a holla.
I say bundle, there we go.
Here auntie best a holla.
Oh, here auntie best, here auntie best,
here auntie best a holla.
here auntie best, here auntie best,
here auntie best a holla.
Wash it holla, wash it holla,
wash it holla fa.
Wash it holla, wash it holla,
wash it holla fa.
Bamboo fire, what kind of fire?
Bamboo fire, mexo.
Bamboo fire, what kind of fire?
Bamboo fire, mexo, mexo.
Bamboo fire is a hot fire.
Bamboo fire, mexo, mexo.
Bamboo fire, what kind of fire?
Bamboo fire, mexo, mexo.
6 o'clock and the thing not ready.
Bamboo fire, mexo, mexo.
6 o'clock and the thing not ready.
Bamboo fire, mexo, mexo.
I say bamboo fire, what kind of fire?
Bamboo fire, mexo, mexo.
Bamboo fire is a hot fire.
Bamboo fire, mexo, mexo. One day we been down Bamboo Dam, and Miss Spice say Tyra lay down there. Me ask, say Tyra what you gonna do there? Say Tyra ice up she clothes and when I come up stumble. Say Tyra more man there.
Oh, 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 say Tyra more man there. Hear Guyana sing, hear Guyana sing, hear Guyana sing.
Beautiful Guyanese medley there as we continue to feature the return to Guyana. Dave Martins is We Own the Journey. Still to come, Abel Stokes, Joro, Riverside Dancers, Berbice Delights. But before them, we invite the St. Stanislaus College Choir. And I do have a bias to claim Dave's genius on behalf of St. Stanislaus College, as that's my alma mater too. And the school continues to produce earthly, funny patriots like our Commander-in-Chief. And so, coming on stage now, we present the students of St. Stanislaus College Choir, and they will be accompanied by their music teacher and the student on the violin. As we pay tribute here to Dr. Dave Martins. So many are here at the Arthur Chung Conference Center. We're also online and on broadcast. The choir this evening will be conducted by former student Neron Cyrus. St. Stanislaus College students forming the choir, paying tribute to one of their own. The name of the song, Leave Me a River. And this evening, we have sampled some songs that perhaps we haven't heard before. And as we'll hear later, there are plans to ensure that all of Dave's songs, all of his music, we remember them for generations to come.
In my capacity as music teacher at St. Stanislaus College for the past 24 years, permit me to express my heartfelt thanks to Mrs. Annette Arjun Martins for giving us the privilege of performing here tonight, and also to the Honorable Minister, Charles Ramson, because of his input and the work of Mr. Andrew Tyndall. The school now has, after many years, its steel pan, and so we are very grateful to that. Minister, thank you very much. The choir, Leave Me a River.
We can picture that proud Saints boy smiling down. That was Dave's environmental masterpiece, Leave Me a River. He wrote that back in 1994, and we are very proud of our St. Stanislaus College Choir this evening as we come down to the final two items in Dave Martin's Is We Own the Journey, the man, the myth, the legend. And last December, Abel Stokes got to share the stage with Dave Martins when Abel performed Is We Own, and tonight he comes back on stage and will be joined by the Kun Jazz Band. Is We Own. Abel Stokes, Is We Own. Dave Martins, Is We Own.
Damage tonight.
We come across the Caribbean Sea, mother, father, picnic, and we settle down in GT. Why oh? We came down the coastal plain, hot sun and pouring rain, and we planted the rice and cane. Why oh? Yes, we put on we boots, we take off it. Why oh? Remember the crab that grow in Essequibo is we oh. And the 6 o'clock bee and the Saki Winky is we own. And the lava that run from Gubaya gun is we own. And them Wallaba pose from the Quarantine Coast is we own. And them the Bundari crab is we own. Truly Benhab is we own. Manayana is we own. Riker Island is we own. And Arapaima is we own. Manayana is we own. Ay, 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 yeah. Yeah. Whether Grove or whether Pleasance, we know it's Pagua we come to dance. And we know to wine and prance. Why oh? And when we celebrate Diwali, or when it comes to Mashamani, it's party, party, party. Why oh? Yes, we know how to fit, so we under a bed. Why oh? Remember the grabber that grow in Essequibo is we own. And the 6 o'clock bee and the Siki Winky is we own. And the lava that run from Gabaya gun is we own. And them Wallaba pose from the Quarantine Coast is we own. Tell them partner Penus is we own. 5 finger juice is we own. Manayana is we own. The simmer to wine is we own. The masquerade wine is we own. Manayana is we own. Tell them Calvin Burnett is we own. Tamika Marshall is we own. Samuel Medas is we own. Tell them Natra Black is we own. President Ali is we own. Dave Martins is we own.
Thank you, Abel Stokes. Next, we have a dance fusion featuring the Joro dancers, Riverside and Berbice Delights, after which we will invite Dave's soulmate for the eulogy. And while the eulogy is being shared, a rank of the Guyana Defense Force will hold Dave's National Award just next to the urn. And we will soon reveal the portrait. Winston has been working on that portrait, but before that, let's have the dance fusion as we celebrate Dave Martins this evening. Thank you, dancers. Dave Martins, his last years were spent here in Guyana. In his lifetime, he has held over 5,000 live performances. He's maintained a newspaper column, So It Go. In 2022, the University of Guyana conferred him with an honorary doctorate in arts and letters. He was awarded the Wordsworth McAndrew Award, the Lifetime Award from the Guyana Cultural Association of New York, Dave has worked, he has encouraged, he has inspired, as we've seen here this evening, testament to the love that generations have for Dave. And someone who's got the responsibility, but the love to ensure that his legacy lives on is that of his soulmate, his wife Annette, who I now invite on stage for the eulogy, and also invite the officer of the Ghana Defense Force with Dave's National Award, the Golden Hour of Achievement. He would stand next to the urn as Annette shares the eulogy. Annette's routine now is to have Dave's favorite coffee in the morning, take the first sip, touch the urn, go to her hammock, and reflect, and then start her day. A tower of strength for these last 2 months, sharing very interesting insights of the love story that she and Dave shared. Annette?
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. My soulmate of 15 years passed away, aged 89 years, just 2 months ago. It has been the saddest 2 months of my existence, and I'm reeling from this indescribable loss. As I sat down to write these words, it reflected on much which has been written before about Dave, which is very well known. Undoubtedly, there are countless persons all around the world who are feeling the loss of this enduring and supremely gifted songwriter, whose ability to wed such evocative and lasting imagery to such powerful vocal delivery has ingrained him in our collective DNA. Today's performance is by his son, Tony Martins, and nephew, David Anthony Hodgins, who is named after him, and that of members of his Trade Winds Band, and our very own exceptional performers of A-Lift's local artists and other contributors are truly appreciated. And to our president, Minister Ramson, and his hard-working team, led by Mr. Tyndall, who made all this possible. Words are inadequate to describe our gratitude. I'm sure some of you knew Dave personally during the early days of British Guiana before he migrated to Canada. And some would have crossed paths with him in North America, including when he performed at Madison Square Garden or in his very own club, We Place. Many of you would have known him and his songs long before you met the man himself, but came to know him more personally when he returned home to Guyana. What is certain is every Guyanese would have had their own stories about how their hearts swell with patriotism whenever they hear Not a Blade of Grass, how it unites us as we should be. For me personally, I remember the first time I heard it in my teenage years at a house party in Regent Street, and the great exuberance of everyone dancing to it, which made me get up too and try a thing, despite my 2 left legs. Only recently I came across a letter where Dave wrote of his trepidation about being expected to dance, and it was funny to me, as it was just another shared feeling between us. In this instance, another shared dislike to add to the existing ones, such as to eggs, souse, liver, and cruelty to animals, especially. Ironic, really, because Dave made us all dance to the beautiful music he gifted us. For sure, there are countless women whose lives he's touched in a manner only Dave could. From every corner of the globe where he performed, whether in Canada, at Man and his World Expo, throughout the Caribbean, down to his last performance here in Guyana at the Pegasus Hotel, where incidentally, not only did our two stars align in 2008, but which started his journey back home to walk beneath our skies. But it is one Guyanese woman who touched his. From the time he was born, who shaped and shared his life for 8 decades, that I wanted to honor this evening. Because without her, we would not have had the Dave we all knew and will always love. She was present in his life from its very start, as she was nearing its end. When he passed peacefully, lying in my arms as he had requested, he was embraced by hers. I could never do justice trying to describe her impact on him, as I didn't have his blessing nor the privilege to have met her. They have wrote a heartfelt song to her, which he took forever to record, because it moved him to tears every time he sung it. Thankfully, he did record it, and the lyrics reflect his undying love and devotion for her in a manner more powerful than I can ever have described it to you. With a heart full of gratitude and love, and to honor their collective memories, I'm sharing this song, aptly named Angel of the Ocean, with everyone today on All Souls Day, when we honor our dearly departed. A tribute from my soulmate, David Anthony Martins, to his loving mother, Miss Zephrina Martins. Thank you.
Down among the palm trees, almost out of sight, where the grass was hardly growing, a barefoot boy was standing with a paper kite, waiting for the wind to blow in. And in the house behind him, standing on the stair, was the angel of the ocean. Of her presence he was fully unaware. She didn't make a single motion. With one hand she covered her eyes from the sun, whispering a prayer of guidance. She could see the troubled faces one by one, and the towers in the distance. Kindness brings happy sings, true love clings, angel wings. In a silver jet plane, looking slightly dazed, came the angel bearing mangoes, counting on her beads and totally amazed by all the apples and the potatoes. Down among the pine trees, almost out of sight, the angel took up her new station, seldom giving in to bitterness or spite, always showing consolation. told him how to bake a crusty loaf of bread, and that the world was mostly water. And when he stumbled sometimes she would pat his head, at other times she let him falter. Kindness brings happy sings, true love clings, angel wings. Before she left, the angel said, it's up to you. You must determine your direction. I'm no authority on what you ought to do. All I am is a reflection. Now if you ask the boy what means the most to you, he will surely say devotion. And if you wonder where he gained that point of view, he'll say the angel of the ocean. So if the barefoot boy knows where a smile is found, it's all because the angel showed him. And if he sings and casts a shadow on the ground, that's just a blessing she bestowed him. Kindness brings happy sings, true love clings, angel wings.
Thank you for sharing Angel of the Ocean, Annette, and what a beautiful tribute to Dave's mom. That reunion must have been a lovely one, and may they now make heavenly music together. Guyana is better because of Dave, and Dave's music was amplified in this last decade and a half because of you, Annette. And be assured of our love and our support to all your plans to honor Dave's legacy. Guyana will always remember him as one of its greatest sons. And now, just as we unveiled that beautiful tribute song to Dave's mom, Angel of the Ocean, for you, Annette, for Dave's children and other relatives and friends, we'd like to now share with you this portrait that was done by our very versatile speed painter, Winston Alexander. He has been working on it throughout the program, and it pays tribute to Dave and the instrument that Dave loved for his entire life. And as Annette comes forward to take in great detail the portrait, and of course to acknowledge Winston. Winston is from the highway of Guyana, and he was able to capture the essence of Dave, and Dave transitioning from, he left us just about 2 months ago, and that painting was able to do that for us. So thank you, Winston Alexander, and I hope Dave's children, that you also feel the joy that Winston must have felt bringing that portrait to life tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, as Guyana and the wider Caribbean move forward, the legacy of Dave Martins would remain a guiding light, reminding us of who we are, where we've come from, and the importance of celebrating our unique cultural identity. Yes, Dave is no longer with us in body, but his spirit lives on in every note, in every lyric, in every memory that he has left behind. At this time, I'd like to invite forward the Honorable Minister of Tourism Industry and Commerce, the Honorable Onij Waldron, to deliver a reflection, and then we'll bring the curtain down with our second anthem, we like to call it, Not a Blade of Grass, and you're all invited to join in when we sing that song.
Thank you very much, Michelle. To the wife of Dave Martins, Mrs. Annette Arjun Martins, the children, relatives, and family, and friends, my task here is to share with you the reflections as prepared by His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, who was called unexpectedly to an emergency, and he has requested that I read these reflections in honor of Dave Martin. Dave Martin was not just a songwriter, musician, or playwright. He was a cultural icon whose work crossed generations, reminding us of who we are and where we come from. Through his clever, perceptive, evocative, and at sometimes mischievous lyrics, Dave Martin painted a picture of our society, capturing its idiosyncrasies, its humor, and its very essence. Dave's music is often characterized predominantly under the genre of calypso. In terms of construction, he mainly sang West Indian kaiso. Yet there was something distinct about his music that to the untrained ear, such as mine, the President's, is difficult to identify. His melodies were upbeat, his rhythms infectious, and his lyrics, his lyrics, were a masterclass in storytelling. With a voice that could convey both humor and insightful social observation, Martin's songs were more than just entertainment. They were reflections of our shared experiences as West Indians. He had a unique ability to find the extraordinary in the ordinary, to celebrate the quirks of everyday life, and to do so without ever descending into vulgarity, ridicule, defamation, or abuse. His music was a celebration of the spirit, of the Caribbean spirit, joyful and resilient. When you hear it, you want to shake a leg or simply sway to the beat. The upbeat and the lyrics catchy and resonated with our own experiences. One of the hallmarks of Dave Martin's music was its ability to transcend generational boundaries. For the older generation, his songs were a nostalgic journey back to the days of boyhood, of village life, and of a simpler time. His music brought back memories of the way things were, evoking images of the past that were at once personal and universal. For the younger generations, his songs were a window into the rich tapestry of West Indian culture. They were history lessons set to music, teaching the younger generation about the way things were and what it means to be West Indian. Through his lyrics, Martin captured the essence of what it means to be a Caribbean person, bridging the gap between the past and the present, the young and the old. Dave Martin's contributions to the Caribbean culture go beyond his music. As a playwright and a versatile performer, he explored the depths of the human experience, bringing to light the stories of ordinary people and their extraordinary lives. His work was a celebration of the diversity of the Caribbean, of its many voices and its many stories. He had a gift for finding the universal in the specific, for taking the unique experiences of the Caribbean people and turning them into stories that could resonate with anyone, anywhere. Dave Martin's focus was on the human experience, on the everyday lives of the people who call the Caribbean home. Despite his deep connection to Caribbean culture, Dave Martin rarely ventured into the realm of political commentary. But there were subtle exceptions. His song, Not a Blade of Grass, while never directly mentioning Venezuela or any confrontation with an enemy, became a powerful rally cry for our people in facing down threats to our territory. And then there was Clear the Way, Guyana Coming Back, a song that was prophetic. He saw back then that with democracy restored, Guyana was becoming resurgent. And yet, he never mentioned anything about politics, economics, or democracy in that song. That was his great skill as a songwriter. Using the metaphor of a horse race, Martin signaled that Guyana, once at the rear of the Caribbean pack, was surging forward to the front. With a new jockey in the saddle, Guyana was on its way to glory. And this song was long before the discovery of oil. Clear the Way, Guyana Coming Back. He came back later too, for good. And he had been part of that massive exodus of Guyanese who left shortly after independence, sensing no doubt the challenging times that lay ahead. But even in Canada, physically disconnected from the land of his birth, Martin's music was a lifeline to his roots. He never forgot where he came from, and he made sure that neither did we. Through his songs, he kept the authentic spirit of Guyana and the West Indies alive, reminding us of the strength, the beauty, and the specialness of our people. This was his great gift to us, a timeless reminder that no matter where we may end up, we carry always with us the mark that defines us as Guyanese and West Indians. Dave Martin's songs brought comfort, laughter, and appreciation to all who heard his music. Though he may never be with us, though he may no longer be with us, the legacy he leaves behind is one that time cannot diminish. His music will continue to inspire, uplift, and unite us. Dr. Dave Martin's genius will never fade. It will remain a source of pride for generations to come, ensuring that his spirit lives on eternally, captured by us, miming his words and dancing to his rhythms. We all must die sometime. It is so ordained. It is the one certainty in life that one cannot escape. But when a person leaves behind a legacy as rich, as vibrant, and as popular and enduring as Dave did, it is not death that has the final say. Dave's legacy will outlive the finality of our mortal existence. His spirit will never truly leave us, for his songs will keep playing, his stories will keep being told, and his presence will continue to be felt in the hearts of all who knew and loved him. I thank all of those who worked to organize this visual and musical tribute to Dave Martin, once again, to his family, friends, and close relatives. My deepest condolences, and have an enjoyable evening. Dave would want us to have nothing less. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister Waldron. We also thank Minister Kwame McCoy and, of course, Minister Charles Ramson, whose team put together our program tonight. We are almost at the end of our tribute, our national tribute to Dave Martin, the man, the myth, the legend. And we all may have bumper stickers in our cars that says, Essequibo is we own or not a blade of grass. Half a century ago, Dave borrowed Bobby Hunter's acoustic guitar and in less than 2 hours wrote Not a Blade of Grass. That has become our second anthem. It unites us in a manner unlike any other. And so it's fitting that we bring the curtain down this evening on this national tribute with Dave's nation-building song, Not a Blade of Grass, that has encouraged us right here at home and further afield to stand against threats to our country's territory. And so for the grand finale, the band members, as well as other performers, will come to the stage now. And we're all invited to join in the singing of Not a Blade of Grass.
All right, for this part, I would like everyone to stand and help me sing this one, man. This is our song. I know everyone knows this song. So I want you to sing it like you mean it. We're a peaceful people, struggling we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. Why? Cause we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice bread, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. Yeah! Hey, this land is our land now. We're gonna make it somehow, and we will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. Come on! We ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to me. Not one blue sake, not one rice bread, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Sometimes we criticize it, but this is our home, we love it, and we mean to keep it. We have that right. Sing with me. We ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to me. Not one blue sake, not one rice bread, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. One more time. We ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to me. Not one blue sake, not one rice bread, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to me. Not one blue sake, not one rice bread, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. Bam, 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 you, Dave Martin.
I don't know how to get this one on. 1, 2. And so that has brought us to the end of our national tribute program here at the Atherton Conference Center. We thank everyone who's been part of our live stream on air and, of course, being here physically at the conference center. Do have safe travels. On behalf of the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport and the team, or the organizing team for this beautiful national tribute program, we thank them very much, and all of the performers. Do have a safe journey home, everybody, and let us continue to enjoy the music of Dave Martins. We'll have the the showcase in the background as we greet each other and head home after. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for being part of our program tonight.